A lot of wrestling news today. I just listened to Dave Meltzer talk while I was doing some cardio, and I made some notes, so let me jump into it. Hulk Hogan's daughter, Brooke, did appear on Bubba the Love Sponge a couple days ago, as well as TMZ. There is something I grazed over in my report on Brooke's appearance with Bubba that Dave Meltzer found more interesting than I did, that I'll bring up. She did have a hundreds of thousands of dollars singing contract for a while with Sobe Entertainment. And apparently, Hulk Hogan wrote a false letter to Brooke, alleging that he was Sobe Entertainment dropping her. And he did this because Sobe was apparently going to enter into a boxing contract with the Big Show, worth millions of dollars, to train him in Miami, which he did for a year. And he was going to fight, but he ended up being terrible. So it didn't end up being didn't work out. They actually ended up there was a lawsuit over it. But to get into the Big Show contract, Hogan had to help Sobe get out of the contract with Brooke. And this happened over a decade ago, but it only came out in this interview. But Meltzer's confirmed that it actually happened. Hogan gave his daughter a Christmas gift that he claimed was from Sobe, with a note inside saying they were dropping her. And then she basically got out of her contract with them. She had only sold 90,000 albums on her first record, and it hasn't been released how many she sold on her second. So it was believable that they would be dropping her, but he kind of cut his own daughter's throat on that. In other news, Peacock, who WWE pay-per-views are streaming with now, is slated to lose about $500 million this year, apparently. And the WWE Netflix numbers are way down, which is probably why ESPN ended up picking up this pay-per-view deal for 12 pay-per-views a year with WWE, where people are going to have to pay 3 times the amount. If they want to still get the pay-per-views with people like, basically, what else can they surprise us with? The Rock can come back again, and Vince McMahon could come back, but people are either dying or fully retiring these days. They could bring Austin back, but he has that whole being arrested for wife abuse stuff that could always come back to haunt TKO as a company if they go too hard behind him, because he did plead no contest in court to that. Apparently, UFC pay-per-view numbers are also down. Obviously, there's a lot less stars in UFC than there used to be. Conor McGregor and John Jones are still the biggest star. Jones had said he was retired, but he recently said he would come back for next year's 4th of July UFC show at the White House, and McGregor has expressed interest in that too, but McGregor is so flaky, it's hard to... I don't know what McGregor's doing these days other than getting himself into trouble here and there. Meltzer disagrees with WWE bringing Brock back. He feels the risk outweighs the reward, but there has been very negative... There hasn't been much negative reaction to Brock coming back. Janelle Grant piped up a little bit, but I think overall people are sick of hearing about Janelle Grant at this point, because a lot of her stuff does not seem as credible as it first did. And a lot has come out about her that really doesn't make you have too much sympathy for her overall. Considering she was a pretty smart person, dating other people at the time that were smart, and this went on for years without her calling the police. And she did enter into a settlement, which she broke by talking about it. And then she wants to have her cake. She wants a settlement and money. If she wanted to get this guy so bad, you shouldn't have settled in the first place. Take him to court. Or better yet, go to the cops if you want to accuse someone of stuff like this. Apparently, AEW has not provided any attendance numbers as far as actual tickets bought for All In this year in Texas, or last year, the second year at Wembley Stadium. The reason for this is likely because they comped a ridiculous amount of tickets. Karrion Kross, his contract is expiring soon, but he's expected to stay, even though they haven't been using him well really ever. I mean, he's had more opportunities than a lot of us. But for instance, I don't agree with them putting Sami Zayn over him at SummerSlam, because Sami Zayn has zero buzz right now, and Karrion Kross has like a bit of an internet following. But hey, let's not give him any rope. Let's not let him run at all. Let's just cut him off with a guy that we've given pushes to in the past, but he's never been able to quite make it to the next level for Zayn. Apparently, Kross made a public social media post earlier this week saying WWE doesn't care about the fans, as far as the fans getting behind him and WWE not getting behind him. And then Braun Strowman, who made a lot of money in wrestling and was paid to train in WWE. He's from the system, made millions of dollars. And when he was cut recently, he had a contract worth over $1 million a year. But he reposted Kross's comment and said, quote, nepotism, ass kickers, and their buddies are who gets pushed, as far as I think he's referring to the Booker's buddies in WWE. R-Truth has pretty much lost all the momentum he had since being fired and rehired. They mentioned Paul Heyman went from being an anti-corporate guy during his ECW run to about as corporate as you can get these days. So that's about all the news of today. Mike Piper's doing great. Thank you very much. I gotta go do some work for the Hannibal TV Blood Hunter movie. That recording is starting imminently. So please subscribe to the Hannibal TV. That movie is going to be released free on here.